So here we go. Everyone's talking about it again. LeBron James, and what people are already calling the Decision 2.0. The internet is losing its mind trying to figure out what LeBron is planning, what kind of bombshell he's about to drop, and why he decided to tease fans with something that sounds that big. Now, whenever LeBron drops a hint like that, people immediately start thinking about retirement, right? Like, is this him getting ready to say goodbye? Is he about to stand in front of cameras and say, "This is it, my final ride, my last dance, I'm done"? But honestly, that just doesn't add up. LeBron is way too calculated for something like that right now. Think about it for a second. If LeBron were truly planning to retire, why would he do it right in the middle of training camp? That's not his style. This is a guy who controls the narrative of his career better than almost anyone in sports history. If he were done, he'd make that announcement during the off-season, when he could have the full spotlight on his own terms. He had the entire summer to sit down with his family, weigh his options, and decide what he wanted to do. And he's talked about those conversations before, how he always checks with his wife and his kids to see how they feel about him playing another year. The man literally said he's not going to make his decisions based on anyone else, even his son Bronny, even though playing together would be a dream scenario. That's another big reason I just can't see this being a retirement announcement. LeBron has been open about wanting to share the court with his son, whether that means being teammates or even facing off against each other. Bronny's right there, about a year away from being NBA ready, and LeBron's not about to walk away now when he's this close to making that historic moment happen. He's always been clear about legacy, the long game. And you don't come this far just to stop 1 year before making basketball history. Physically, too, he's still elite. Sure, he's not the LeBron from Miami or even early Cleveland 2.0, but he's still playing at a ridiculously high level. He finished top 10 in MVP voting last season. He's still a top-tier player, still the kind of leader who can change the entire energy of a game. And let's not forget, the Lakers have been resting him during preseason for purely precautionary reasons. If this were the playoffs, he'd absolutely be on the floor. They're just making sure he's healthy and ready to go the distance. That doesn't sound like a guy who's getting ready to hang it up. And about that Decision 2.0 phrasing, come on, LeBron's not clueless. He knows how people reacted the first time. He said himself that he regrets how that original announcement went down, how the whole TV special rubbed people the wrong way. So, I can't imagine him using that same theme for something as personal and important as retirement. If anything, it sounds like he's trolling a bit, having some fun with it. LeBron loves a good tease, a little misdirection, something to get the sports world buzzing before he drops a surprise that's totally different for what everyone expected. What if it's not retirement at all, but something business-related? Maybe another project, a commercial, or some kind of partnership. Remember, LeBron's been working closely with Amazon lately, doing those Prime Video ads and promotions that had a similar mysterious build-up. This could easily be another one of those, a campaign designed to break the internet for a few hours and remind everyone that LeBron is as much a brand as he is a player. The guy's been expanding his empire for years now, from media to production companies, and even talk about launching his own league one day. So, if I had to guess, that's where this Decision 2.0 thing is heading. Not toward retirement, but toward another calculated business move. And look, there's another angle here that people aren't talking about enough. LeBron's still chasing that next championship. He's at 4 rings right now. If he wins another one, that ties him with Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson. That alone would be a massive achievement. But you know LeBron, he's not stopping there. He's always had his eyes on Michael Jordan's 6 titles. If he gets to 5, there's no way he's walking away. He'd try to make one final push to tie Jordan. Winning one more at this age would already be historic, but tying Jordan? That would take the GOAT debate to a whole new level. Plus, look at the roster he has around him now. He's finally got the type of teammate he's been asking for, someone who can truly share the offensive load and let LeBron preserve his energy throughout the season. Luka Doncic is now in Los Angeles, and this is arguably the best on-court partner LeBron has had since his Miami days. Luka is a generational offensive engine, the kind of player who can dominate the ball and create opportunities while letting LeBron play smarter, not harder. For years, the Lakers have been trying to find that perfect fit. They went from Dennis Schroeder to Russell Westbrook to D'Angelo Russell. All experiments trying to find someone to take pressure off LeBron. Now, they finally got Luka, the one guy in the league who can genuinely do that at an MVP level. So why in the world would LeBron walk away now? This is probably his best chance to compete for one more championship. The Lakers are deeper, healthier, and more balanced than they've been in years. LeBron's been vocal about wanting another title run, and the front office seems to have delivered what he asked for. If anything, this feels like a setup for a redemption story, not a retirement speech. The only situation where it might make sense for LeBron to announce something like retirement now would be if he's planning to give everyone a farewell tour, a season-long celebration of his career. That way, every arena he visits would get to honor him properly, just like Kobe's farewell season or Dwayne Wade's last ride. Maybe that's what Decision 2.0 is leading toward, a year of appreciation, a victory lap where he says, "This is it, I'm going out on my terms." That's the only version of this that would make even a little bit of sense timing-wise. But even then, wouldn't it make more sense to see how this year plays out first? What if he and Luka click immediately and start dominating? What if the Lakers storm through the West and make a finals run? You can't tell me LeBron wouldn't want to know how that looks before deciding what comes next. He's too competitive, too smart, too strategic to make a decision like that mid-training camp, when the season hasn't even started yet. Everything about his career has been methodical. Every word, every move, every statement planned and purposeful. That's not changing now. Here's the thing about LeBron James that people sometimes forget. Nothing he does happens by accident. Every post, every quote, every cryptic message has a purpose behind it. So when he drops something like Decision 2.0, it's not random. It's meant to spark conversation, to build anticipation, to make everyone stop and ask, what is he up to this time? Because that's part of his genius. He understands how to own a moment, how to take control of the entire sports narrative with a few words or even a single emoji. And that's exactly what's happening now. If we really look at where LeBron is in his career, the timing for retirement just doesn't fit. This is year 22 for him. He's closing in on year 25, which has been rumored for a long time as his target milestone. That number means something. It's a clean, powerful statement, 25 seasons in the league, more than anyone in NBA history, a quarter of a century of dominance. That's legacy. That's the kind of record LeBron would absolutely want attached to his name. He's always been about setting new standards, about pushing limits that seemed unreachable. Becoming the first player to hit that 25-season mark would be one more line on the long list of things no one thought possible until LeBron did it. Physically, he can still do it. Sure, he's older, but he's not breaking down like players usually do at this stage. He's adjusted his game, adapted to his age, and reinvented himself without losing effectiveness. He doesn't need to play 40 minutes a night anymore. He's learned to pick his spots, conserve energy, and still impact the game at an elite level. His basketball IQ might be higher than ever, and with someone like Luka Doncic next to him, that only makes his life easier. Luka can carry the heavy load on offense, allowing LeBron to do what he does best: lead, facilitate, and dominate when the moment matters most. That's why this whole idea of him walking away now feels off. It's not that he couldn't retire. It's that it wouldn't make sense for the story he's writing. LeBron's legacy has always been about narrative, how things look, how they feel, how they're remembered. He knows exactly how history will view him, and he's constantly shaping that image. Retiring in the middle of training camp, without the build-up, without the closure, without giving fans and the league the chance to celebrate him properly, that's not the LeBron way. He'd won the stage, the emotion, the respect, and he's earned all of it. What makes more sense is that he's setting the tone for what's next. Maybe this season is the start of his final chapter, not the end. Maybe this Decision 2.0 tease is his way of saying, pay attention, the countdown has begun. That feels more like something LeBron would do. Plant the seed now, build the anticipation, and let the story unfold over the course of the season. He loves a good arc, a sense of progression. Think back to his return to Cleveland or his move to Los Angeles. Both of those were drawn-out stories, not sudden moments. There's also the emotional element with Cleveland. Deep down, it feels inevitable that LeBron will end his career where it all began. The city that drafted him, the place where he delivered on his promise and brought that long-awaited championship. It just feels right. You can imagine the storyline already. LeBron returning home one last time, wearing the Cavaliers jersey again, giving the fans one final year to say goodbye. It would be full circle, poetic even. Every great player has that closing act, that one last chapter that ties the story together. For LeBron, that chapter feels like it belongs in Cleveland. Now, if we're being realistic, he's not going anywhere this season. The Lakers still have something to prove. The roster's been rebuilt, the chemistry's improving, and adding Luka changes everything. If they win, LeBron might run it back again. If they come close, he'll have all the motivation in the world to try one more time. But if it doesn't work out, if the run falls short, that might be the moment when he says, okay, now it's time to go home. Think about how powerful that farewell tour would be. Every arena packed to see him one last time, every city honoring him for what he's done for the game. The highlights, the tributes, the standing ovations. The league would revolve around that storyline for an entire season. And knowing LeBron, he'd still be putting up numbers that most players half his age couldn't match. It wouldn't be a sad goodbye. It would be a celebration. And even after retirement, he's not going anywhere. LeBron's going to stay in the game one way or another. Maybe as an owner, maybe running a franchise, maybe even building that new league he's hinted at. He's already laying the groundwork. Everything he's done with his media company, his investments, his global brand, it's all part of a bigger picture. The decision 2.0 might even be connected to that future. Maybe it's the beginning of his transition from superstar athlete to full-time mogul. That would be the most LeBron thing ever. Turn what everyone thinks is the end into the start of something even bigger. And honestly, that's what separates him from almost every other athlete we've seen. Most players finish their careers reacting to circumstances. LeBron creates his circumstances. He doesn't wait for things to happen. He makes them happen on his terms. Whether it's joining Miami to learn how to win, returning to Cleveland to redeem his legacy, or coming to Los Angeles to build an empire, every move he's made has been calculated. He's not just playing basketball. He's directing a masterpiece, one move at a time. So whatever decision 2.0 ends up being, one thing's for sure. It's not random, it's not impulsive, and it's not the end. It's another move in the long game LeBron's been playing since he was a teenager with the weight of the league on his shoulders. Maybe it's an announcement about his future. Maybe it's a creative project. Maybe it's simply a reminder that even after 2 decades, LeBron James can still command the world's attention with a single phrase. Whatever it is, the world's going to tune in, just like we always do, because when LeBron speaks, the game stops. And once again, everyone will be watching to see what comes next. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, in an astonishing turn of events, the NBA has reportedly announced the cancellation of the highly anticipated matchup between the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers, leaving fans and analysts alike buzzing with speculation. While the league has yet to provide detailed reasoning, insiders suggest that the decision may involve unforeseen logistical challenges or internal team issues, sparking a wildfire of rumors across social media. This is a game that was supposed to be a headline grabber, with Warriors sharpshooters ready to test the Lakers' defensive might. The clash between these two West Coast Titans has been circled on calendars for months, and tickets reportedly sold out within hours. Now, fans are left questioning not only the immediate future of this marquee matchup, but also the broader implications for the NBA schedule. Could this be an isolated incident, or is there a bigger story brewing behind the scenes? Sources close to the league claim whispers of sudden facility issues and possible health protocols being enforced at the last minute. Some speculate that player availability or a last-minute roster shakeup might have contributed to the abrupt cancellation. Meanwhile, social media is ablaze with theories, from conspiracy-like suspicions about league politics to more practical concerns about travel complications. Analysts are already debating the ripple effects. Will this affect playoff seeding, or is this a mere blip in the season's otherwise electric pace? Fans have flooded forums and comment sections, expressing disappointment and disbelief. Season ticket holders are demanding answers, while some speculate that the cancellation could be a precursor to a more dramatic announcement, perhaps involving star players or controversial league decisions. One thing is certain, the NBA has managed to create a whirlwind of intrigue overnight. What was supposed to be just another game has now transformed into one of the season's most talked about events. As the rumor mill continues to churn, all eyes are on the league office and the teams involved. Will the game be rescheduled, or is this the start of an unprecedented chain of events? Only time will tell, but for now, the cancellation of the Warriors vs. Lakers clash has NBA fans everywhere on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next twist in what has already become a season-defining saga. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.